Hi, everyone. So let's do a reading with the Big Picture Oracle system for what you don't see. A 5x3 spread with the Big Picture Oracle system is a really good way to let the cards tell us something that we're not seeing. So we're starting with the Joker card, which is a card that represents you. In the Big Picture Oracle system, this is like the Fool. Then we have the Child, the Metal, the Scythe, the Bed, the Cross, the Birds, Cupid, the Road, the Heart, the Garden, the Train, the Wine, the Clouds, and the Tree. Underneath everything, we're seeing the Ring. So this could be about some kind of a commitment that you're entering into. I am seeing a lot of love cards, romantic cards. So this looks like it could be shaping up to be some kind of a romantic reading, but we'll see as we go more specifically what wants to come out. But we're starting with the central card. The very center of this reading, or the heart of the reading, is the Cupid card. So it does give me this feeling that there is a person in your energy who you have romantic feelings towards. And I also get the impression that they have romantic feelings towards you. I get the feeling that there are some tricky people in the energy, and I don't mean third parties. What I mean is people who are gossiping, perhaps people who are talking about this relationship, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. In these two corners, I see you are up here and the tree is here. So you know that this is your person. You have a very strong feeling that this is your person. And you can also see that this is a healthy situation. You feel like you finally entered into a relationship that's not toxic. And I want to say that because the Wine card is falling under the Cupid card, which is telling me that if you have had some kind of toxic relationships in the past, that you've learned a lot from those relationships. I'm also seeing the Cross, which is about karmic lessons, but we'll get to that. But what I am seeing with this tree is that you're generally feeling like this is a very healthy type of relationship that you finally entered into. But with the Birds and the Road being on either side of the Cupid card, I do feel that there are a lot of feelings involved. There's a lot of flirtation involved. There's a lot of spending a lot of time together. There's a lot of dating involved. I feel like with the Birds and the Wine, these can be cards of dating. So it does feel like this is a new person who you're just spending a lot of time with, but you have a lot of confidence about. And then I'm seeing the Road on this side, which is saying that you're ready to take that leap to go in the direction of love, because the Road is pointing towards the heart. So it feels again that you feel very confident about this relationship and that you're ready. This is what this feels like. Then we have, if I mirror these two sides from the Cross to the Heart, this is telling me that this karmic lesson in love has something that is going to support you through this. Again, you have had toxic relationships in the past, but this one feels good. So this lesson that you've had to learn has opened you up to this freedom of this new person that's leading you towards having an open heart. The Heart card is also my heart chakra card, and this is telling me that your heart chakra is really open to this person. The thing that's on your mind is the Metal. And what that's telling me is that you're really recognizing something for what it truly is. And what I'm seeing, the first thing that I saw when I first sat down was a group of people who might not be fully supportive of this particular relationship. It could be that there are people who are jealous or people who want to interfere somehow. There may be people who want the person that you're getting involved with. So it could be any of those scenarios. So make that work, make that make sense for you. But it does feel like there are people in your person's energy who are really trying to confuse you, disrupt this. They might be telling you things about this person that are trying to keep you from seeing them. Make this make sense to you, but I'm seeing the child in the clouds. Generally, this is a combination of someone who may be deliberately trying to confuse you, but they come off as very innocent and on your side. But then I see the scythe with the train. And what that's telling me is to be very cautious about what these people are telling you, and even to avoid them at all costs with the train, because if they're deliberately trying to interfere with a relationship that might be the best one for you, then there's a need to really ignore that and move on from that. So, but I think with the card of you, this represents you again, and the child, that this is good for you. You can feel that it's the right new start. You can feel that it's healthy. You feel that it's growing. You feel energized. You're like this little child who's running down the beach. You're very excited about this new connection. But yet you also can see that even though you feel that it's healthy, that there are people with these clouds who are trying to tell you that it's not. So I think what you don't know in the situation is that these other people are being very toxic. The bed can represent ill health, but in this case, it's just representing toxicity. And the same with this wine card. I was getting kind of a toxic energy off of this wine card. And so I do feel that this scythe with the bed is saying you don't know what these people are up to be careful about the innocence that they portray themselves to be in when they're talking about this person, that they have ulterior motives. And then to answer our question of what you don't see, there's a garden and a train. And so the garden and the train together are saying to really escape this environment, these people, because I'm also seeing the birds in the garden. And when the birds in the garden are adjacent to each other, that's about gossip. And so I do feel that there's a lot of talk around this with people in an environment who are not good, or at least not good for you in this situation. They might not be bad people, but they are certainly trying to interfere with you and this new person. And so I get the sense that this environment, these people, are friends of your new person or colleagues of your new person, or somehow they're linked to your new person, who are really kind of chapped about the fact that you are this person's new love interest. So I do think that that's the thing that you don't see. And so I do get the sense that, especially with the train coming in here, it looks like the advice is for you to just move away from these people. And if you can't move away from them, and I don't mean move away in a physical sense, but in an energetic sense, if you can't move away from them. So for example, if it's your person's family, it would be hard to really distance yourself completely from these people if they're your person's friends or colleagues. But this is just saying to ignore them and energetically move away from this situation. I like to look at these two arrows, the downward pointing arrow here and the upward pointing arrow here. And I think that if we look at the downward pointing arrow first, this is saying that if you engage with these people, if you continue to talk to these people or worry, because the birds card can also be a card of worry or anxiety, if you talk to them and let them get to you, with this wine card, it's going to become more toxic, and it's going to lead from more toxic to even more toxic, because the road is leading towards the sick bed. If we look at the upward pointing arrow, which is the garden, the birds, the metal, the road, and the tree, this is saying that these people who are gossiping, if you look at them for who they truly are, if you recognize them for who they truly are, then that's the road to a good, healthy relationship. So the bottom line here is really that you just have to kind of stand up tall, understand that these people are deliberately trying to confuse you and interfere, and to not let them, to ignore them, let it roll off your back. And so that is what you don't see. What you're not seeing is to avoid these people at all costs. Don't listen to them. Whatever they're telling you about your person, I can see here with the tree card that it's a healthy relationship, and that to stick this through, even if these people are trying to cause doubt or confusion or trying to get you to deliberately move away from this person, to not listen to that. Listen to yourself, listen to your own intuition about this person, and stay in this relationship regardless of the opinions of others. So there you go. That is your reading for what you don't see. Please let me know how this was resonant for you. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.